Right, there you go. Hello guys, how are we all doing? Good morning. Welcome back to yet another video, folks. Today we are predicting the Premier League 2026 darts in night 2. For the first time, we visit to Belgium in Antwerp for the Premier League. So, going to be so excited, of course. So, due to Premier League darts, Premier League darts will start at 6 o'clock PM because due to time difference, of course. So before you get into YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. Turn your notifications on. It's going to be fun. So first up, the Premier League visits Belgium for the first time. And what a way to get things underway in Antwerp as the big top two in the world goes head to head as the world champion Luke Littler takes on the former top dog Luke Humphries, who celebrated his 31st birthday yesterday. But it was a slow start to the Premier League from a recent crowned double world champion Luke Littler in Newcastle last week, with the youngster losing 6-4 to Gian Veen at the first hurdle in what was a repeat of their Ali Pali showdown. Facing Luke Humphries generally brings the best out of him, though, was the case when the pairs traded blows in a high quality World Masters final last month. Humphries fared one better than his rival last week, edging past Gerwyn Price in the quarterfinals before losing to eventual night winner Michael van Gerwen in the last four. Coolhand will be keen to revenge after his heartbreak Masters defeat, but we are likely to see an improved Littler in Antwerp. Whichever way it goes, over 9.5 legs should be expected, but I'm going for Littler to win 6-5. And then match number 2, last week's winner Michael van Gerwen takes on Premier League debutant Josh Rock, who is searching for his first win in the competition. Michael van Gerwen took a confidence boosting nightly win in Newcastle last week, defeating Stephen Bunting, Luke Humphries and Gian Veen on his way to maximum points. The Dutchman closed to enter both Player Championship events in Germany at the beginning of the weekend, reaching the semi-finals on Monday, losing out to James Wade, and followed that up with a run to the last day a day later before losing to inspired Gerwyn Price, who averaged 117. Mighty Mike will be feeling reasonably positive about his game then. So he should Josh Rock, who should have been too disheartened after running into a near 110 average from Jonny Clayton on his Premier League debut last week. The Northern Irishman averaged almost 102 himself, but after choosing to skip Players Championship doubleheader, should be well rested for Antwerp, and that extra freshness should tip the scales in favour of the newcomer, who could be worth backing at decent odds, but I'm backing Rock to win 6-5. And then next up, Jonny Clayton against Stephen Bunting. Jonny Clayton showing flashes of brilliance last week, and will hope for more the same when he takes on Stephen Bunting at the quarterfinal stage in Antwerp. Jonny Clayton made a brilliant start on his Premier League return last week in Newcastle, averaging 109.82 in his quarterfinal victory over debutant Josh Rock, but the Welshman was unable to maintain that standard in the last four, as he lost out to Gian Veen. The Ferret did not enter the Players' Championship doubleheader this week, and neither did Stephen Bunting, who will be keen to get a win under his belt quickly, so that memories of last year's nightmare start don't come flooding back. The Bullet lost to a nightly winner Michael van Gerwen last week, but didn't exactly perform poorly, and he is more than capable of toppling Clayton here. Bunting is usually a more prolific 180 hitter than Clayton, though, so that could be the market to focus on here. So I'm going Bunting to win the most 180s, but Clayton to win 6-4. And then finally, Gerwyn Price against Gian Veen. Despite the contrasting results in last week's Premier League event, it is Gerwyn Price who perhaps looks likely a winner in Antwerp. Despite losing at the first hurdle in Newcastle last week, Gerwyn Price is bound to be searching in confidence heading into Antwerp after some stunning performances in the Premier League in the Players' Championship doubleheader in Germany. On Tuesday, particularly, the Iceman averaged 105.69 across the event, only narrowly losing out in the final to Wessel Nyman. The highlights of his day, however, was a phenomenal 6-0 whitewash of fellow Premier League participant Michael van Gerwen, during which the Welshman averaged 117.12. Compatriot Gian van Veen did not fare anywhere near as well in the floor events, but despite reaching the final of his Premier League debut last week, did not average over 100 in any of these matches. So the form book very much points towards Price here, but assuming he has recovered from his notable stint in Germany, I'm going for Price to win 6-5 and to, Gerwyn Price. He's one of those players, he wears his heart on his sleeves. He's very emotional on the big stage. He's shown a real aggression to say, go on! 6-5 to Gerwyn Price. Oh, as a Littler fan, I'm thinking Gerwyn Price should win the night as well in Belgium. I clearly think like I'm really struggling, a little bit nervous. So that's my predictions then for the Premier League week 2 of the in Belgium. Leave on the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.